It's 5 days before the ball and I still don't know what I'm doing. Hey, my name is Ava and I make videos about sewing and creating my own wardrobe. Today I'm gonna be starting to attempt a ball gown. I was thinking about the design quite a lot, and obviously I was also thinking about what I'm able to do with my skill set and the time that I have. And this is the design that I was going for originally, just a very simple
halter neck top with curve hugging skirt around the hips, but then flowing down from the hips, and then an open back with these two straps.
Then I also started thinking about doing something asymmetrical. I don't know yet. I think I just need to start and see where it takes me. So let's get started. I started the process just by draping the fabric on the mannequin to see how it falls and get a general idea about what I wanted to do. And then I started to make the pattern for the bodice. I'm not doing a tutorial here because at this point I was just testing out different things and figuring out which direction to take. As you can see, I decided to go for the one shoulder look because I felt like the nature of the fabric called for it. I thought everything was going well and smooth, until it didn't. So it's the end of day 2 and I spent like 5 hours working on it today. This is all I've got and it doesn't fit at all. So I decided to go to bed now and start fresh tomorrow with a pattern that I already know, and I'm just gonna make it work somehow. There is gonna be a bodice tomorrow. These are all the bodice pieces laid out. I'm gonna link the video tutorial for this pattern down below. Okay, so this is how far we've come so far. I like the fit of it. It also fits me when I put it on. I had to make some changes and make the sides even smaller. The seams are showing up because there's gonna be another layer of interfacing, and I'm gonna sandwich the pads in between the inner interfacing and the outer interfacing. So I'm gonna work on that now. This is about how the back is gonna look. I definitely need to make some adjustments there as well. So far so good. Definitely a much better day than yesterday. Okay, so here are all my shell pieces laid out. So I cut the outer interfacing and the shell fabric. I cut the shell fabric slightly larger than the interfacing because I want to first fuse the edges together so that it's easier when I'm sewing them together. I am gonna use this fusible iron-on interfacing tape for that. I'm very curious how that's gonna go. Because that didn't work out, I used this fabric glue stick within the seam allowance, of course, so it won't be visible once sewed together. I'm doing this to make it easier on myself and prevent the 2 layers of fabric from shifting while I'm sewing. I could have stitched them together, but this was just much quicker and easier for me. Then I cut away the excess fabric and attached all the bodice pieces right sides together. I also stabilized the upper seam of the lining with iron-on interfacing tape and sewed the shell and the lining right sides together. So this is the base of the bodice, obviously. The zipper is still not attached and I still need to attach the bra pads. But all in all, I am very happy with the fit. It's not too tight, it's not too loose, it fits very nicely, and I feel like I can move in it as well, which is very important. So now I have to figure out what to do with the draping before I attach the skirt. I was thinking about doing something along these lines. So I don't know. I think I just need to put it on the mannequin and work from there. It's starting to look like something, and I'm very happy about it. Annoyingly, I had to seam rip a small opening to attach a strap in the back, and then I moved on to attaching this belt thing to the waist, which I did mostly by hand. Then I could finally start working on the skirt, which I cut on a bias. I cut out 2 pieces of fabric and I pinned them right sides together, hanging on the mannequin to prevent the fabric from shifting and pulling. I also made the skirt lining in the exact same way. I sewed them together and attached to the top, which unfortunately I lost the footage of. After that, I finished the back by first sewing the belt to the shell by hand, making sure the 2 sides align and the ruching is symmetrical on both sides, and then I inserted a zipper. On the morning of the ball, all there was left to do was shorten the skirt and hem it. With these kind of fabrics, what I like to do is to fold it once, sew very closely to the edge with a straight stitch, not pulling the fabric as I go. Then trim the excess and fold it again and sew over the previous row of stitches. And that was it. It took a lot of thinking, trials and errors, but in the end I was very happy with the dress, and more importantly, I had a lot of fun doing it. If you enjoyed this video, consider liking, commenting and subscribing, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, happy sewing!